Manchester United have won against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it's really a very big win for Man United. Ten Hag has gone ahead and obviously said that we played ugly but went ahead to win this beautiful game of football. Before I obviously go into the player ratings, I would like to throw into the start between United and Wolverhampton Wanderers. At Old Trafford, United have gone ahead to obviously play 10 games with Wolverhampton Wanderers. We're going to hit win 7, drawn 2, and we've lost 1. And the points have been put in the bag, and we march on to the next game against Tottenham Hotspur that's going to be played on Saturday. Smash the like button, close to 300 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Congratulations, we've hit 15,000 subscribers, and guys, let's see to it that we hit the other milestone of 16,000 subscribers before the end of this month. You are left with 16 days to go, and I think this can obviously be given what we call the green light. Now, let's get into the player ratings, because Ten Hag brought on very many players to obviously win this fight between United and what's the team? And Wolverhampton Wanderers. But all I want to let you know is that we just found ourselves into a position of obviously winning this beautiful game of football by these many goals to nil. Let's start off with Onana, and I think he's one of the best performers on the field of play. I liked his ball distribution, some good shot saves, and I would like to present to you all the stats of Onana's game by numbers as brought to us by Stateman Dave. Now, he had 49 touches, 67% passing accuracy, 6 shots first, and he saved 6 saves, 5 saves from close range. Have you had 5 shots, 5 saves from close range, 4 long balls completed, 3 out of 4 duels won, 1 out of 1 sweep, and 0 goals conceded. What an impressive debut for the Cameroonian international. That is Onana, and he has gone ahead to play a very pivotal role at the club of Manchester United. That puts him into the ilk of one of the best performing players on the field of play, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is Onana for the club of Manchester United. Onana, 7 out of 10 for me. That's what I'm going to head to obviously give him. The other player that really put out another exquisite performance was Bissaka. This guy is really improving game in, game out. He had a very good, solid game as far as the defensive side is concerned, and today his offensive play was really great, and it looked like in this game we are going to score a goal courtesy of an assist of Bissaka. If you remember the first penalty call for Man United around the 30th minute, it's Bissaka who busts towards the byline and goes in for a cutback cross. Rashford heads the ball, it deflects off the hand of Semedo, and VAR never called in for that to be a penalty. That is it. Now, he went ahead to put in an assist in the 76th minute. That sort of how the run headed home to make it count, and United got the lead. And this was his game by numbers: 91% passing accuracy, 71 touches, 40 passes completed, 4 ground duels won, 3 key passes, 2 out of 3 dribbles completed, 2 clearances, 2 shots blocked, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles won, 1 big chance created, and 1 assist coming in from Bissaka tonight. And I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. That is Bissaka. He really had a very good game to play, and he went ahead to obviously look solid into that central defense of Manchester United. That is Bissaka putting in the well-required performance at Old Trafford. The other player that I want us to talk about is Luke Shaw. He had a very decent game. That is it. Very, very decent game. And I saw him really make some 2-3 blocks in the 6 yards box area of Manchester United. And most of them were slides. And he was not really afraid of obviously committing a foul for us to get a penalty. The way he really defended me looked great. And his forward play was not all that the best. But I would like to let you know that Luke Shaw really put in what we call an exquisite performance, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. We go to Lisandro Martinez, another player that obviously said this game of football had a worst play. his play was not all that worst, but Ten Hag did it because he knew that he was booked in the first half and he couldn't run over this game because Matthias Tuna and other players were going to target him and obviously see to it that he obviously makes a foul and obviously gets red carded. And in this at the beginning of this game or beginning of this season, you wouldn't like to see United really getting a red card or a player sent off like we were with Casemiro getting close to 2 red cards in the season. So for Lisandro Martinez, Erik ten Hag was really so much protective, and it was precautionary to get him off the field of play because he knows what Lisandro Martinez is and he knows him better than any of us. So I'm giving Lisandro Martinez a 6 out of 10. But the rest of the game was okay. But that uncalled for foul that he made, that was clear for a referee to issue him a yellow card, was really uncalled for, and that's why he was taken off. And I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Let's go to Rafael Varane. Man scores a goal, puts in very huge performances in the central defense. He was commanding at the high level, and that's why we kept a clean sheet. You know, if I tell you look at the central defense of United, most of the players have gotten above 6 apart from Lisandro Martinez. Now, let's go to Rafael Varane and see what his game by numbers was in the 90 that he played at Old Trafford. 89% passing accuracy, 5 clearances, 5 ball recoveries, 2 tackles won, 2 long balls completed, 2 ground duels won, 2 shots and 1 goal. That is Rafael Varane for you, and I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 as a rating today because he really looked like the Rose Rice Varane, and he obviously showed us why he's really that player at the club of Manchester United that most yearn to have. Let's go to Casemiro. I think he never had a decent game, but all in all, he really put in the shifts, and he was really isolated in that midfield. That's why he sort of that he couldn't obviously play as supposed to play because he was one, and Mason Mount couldn't help him do the needful. That's why when Eriksen came in through, at least you saw to it that Wolverhampton Wanderers stopped attacking us through the central axis and obviously shifted to the wide areas where they went ahead to obviously become tough. And I think Casemiro, he's not yet fit to the levels you want him to be, but even other players around him that create the compactness in the midfield we are really lacking. And I'm giving Casemiro a 6.5 out of 10 for me on the day. That is it. Mason Mount. Oh my God. You know, sometimes you might give a benefit of doubt, but we are now into business. We are not into the preseason. We are now in serious business, and we have to rate a player according to how much he's going to hit to perform. And for Mason Mount, he looked ugly today. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. He never really performed beyond average. So he was average in the night. That's why I've gone ahead to give him that rating. That is Mason Mount for you. We go to Bruno Fernandes Borges. I think he was all over the pitch. Look at the pass he does to find Aaron Bissaka to really identify the run in the face of the or in the mouth of the goal with that loppy pass or floating pass that really saw us get that 1 goal that made us win this game of football. He really did very many other things, but I think sometimes it was sloppy, and I believe that we are just trying to obviously create the chemistry of Manchester United. So Bruno Fernandes, for me, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. That is it. 6.5 out of 10 for me. I don't know what your thoughts are about him, but I think he was just 0.5 above average, but he never did anything different. Anthony, to me, he was the worst performing player on the field of play today. When you look at how he played, he never really looked any way sharper. But Ten Hag keeps him on the field of play because he signed him expensively, and he knows that he can obviously become a better player. All what he needs is enough playing time. But there are decisions that he made that are really stupid, and his end product is still lacking, and that is why I felt so bad when I saw Amad Diallo obviously getting an injury, because if you get Amad Diallo into that game, we obviously get more press-resistant players and players with good end products to the game. So I'm giving Anthony a 5.5 out of 10 for me. He was the worst performing player on the field of play, very selfish, and his decision making is really very naive. He needs to work upon it, and we need a lot onto the game. Now, let's go to Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho really had some good game, but my problem was, I think the two blind passes he put out and how he obviously failed to put in work in the final third of the pitch. He's the best player that really got the most number of balls in the final third in the first half, but he never made them count. That is it. So I think for Garnacho, he needs to obviously cool down the pressure, because he knows that there are now players on the bench that can obviously come and compete with him. He needs to obviously do easy stuff, and I think Ten Hag is going to obviously take him through that. And I think that maybe in the game of Spurs, we don't start Alejandro Garnacho. We bring him on the field. We get him as a substitute, such that by the time we get better, that's when he obviously fit into that system of United starting. But right now, with pressure mounting on him, if he doesn't perform better in the game of Spurs, it's better we obviously bench him for our next game, I think, against Nottingham at Old Trafford, and see the best out of the team. So I'm giving Garnacho a 6 out of 10. That is it. Then we go to Marcus Rashford. A number 9 is a number 9. Marcus Rashford has shown us that he's not a number 9 because he cannot do the hold-up play. And I think he had a very bad game today. He was really average, and most of you will come out will come out here and obviously back me on this. He looked average. He was nowhere near good, and he just needed very many moments to obviously really kill off. He got in the box when Sancho came on very many times, but guess what happened? He always ran himself in a forest of legs, and he was obviously swamped by the opponents, and he couldn't obviously do the needful. But I'm giving him a 6 out of 10, and I believe he's really going to obviously get better and better and better. That's why Anton Martial's availability helps us in here for you, and Rasmus Højlund returning early enough will also help us as a club of Manchester United, because you know that when those two are on the bench, when those two are available, Rasmus Højlund or Anton Martial will start, then Garnacho and Rashford will also eat out for the left attacking side of the midfield, because I also want to see Rashford being benched. That is it. I want to see him being benched, because if he's benched, he will obviously get to know that when I perform badly, when I'm selfish, I'm going to be benched by the manager. So we wait and see how that pans out. But for Marcus Rashford, I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Now let's go to the substitutes that Erik ten Hag really brought on the field of play. Lindelof came in, Thornby played very well, 6.5 out of 10 for me. He closed down that area very well, press resistant, ice cold, Swede captain, and he gave us those performances that he would have. He never messed out, and he kept it solid at the back. That is Lindelof for you. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Jadon Sancho, for me, he's getting a 7. He gives us the spark, he gets us back to where we're supposed to do. However much the straightforward end was really cheering us and really rocking, but the players had not obviously given us what we call a new lifeline. And guess who gives us that new lifeline? It was Jadon Sancho into the mix in the straightforward goal area, and he did the needful and gave us life, and we really enjoyed it a lot. And he's come on through, obviously gave us a spark to get him a goal, because they came on, I think, the 71st minute, and 5 minutes later we scored a goal because he gave us life. Let's go, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Christian Eriksen, 6.5 for me. At least he gave us some little bit of control in that game, but he saw to it that we lack sorry about that we lack what we call athleticism in that midfield and physical presence, and that's why I think Sofyan Amrabat is really so much important to the club of Manchester United. And if at all Ten Hag watched that game, he really knows exactly what to do. We need Sofyan Amrabat in that midfield. We need him badly, and he should report on duty as up. That is Eriksen for you. 6.5 is my rating for him. Then Facundo Pellistri, running, skill, closing down those chances, and obviously going back as required. He put in a very good performance for me, though he was never gotten onto the ball several times, and that really caused him to be into the positions of really missing out onto what we call chances of him really killing off the game. But I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. The other one that came on through was Scott McTominay. Not so. Had nothing to do on the pitch. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 for me. So, but he really blocked some shot towards the end of the game. After the 7 minutes we are really added, and he blocked that shot very, very well. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 for me. So guys, your thoughts onto my player ratings are welcome in the comment section below. Erik ten Hag, I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 because I think he really took long to make changes, and those would have gone ahead to cost us the game. You get on Sancho and you get Sancho and Eriksen on the field of play early enough in the 60th minute. Obviously, we have more time to obviously threaten that back line of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And keeping on Anthony for a very long time, it was really uncalled for me, because I thought that was going to bring on Sancho to play as a right winger in for Anthony. Rashford turns or switches to go to the left attack instead of the midfield where Garnacho was playing, and then Martial comes in through to lead the line. That's what I thought he was going to do as the manager of Manchester, but he didn't. And however much you got in the 3 points, but I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. His management of that game was really average, and I take my man of the match to be Rafael Varane. Rafael Varane is my man of the match, but it's okay for you to go into the comment section and tell me who your man of the match was into this fixture. Sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. My Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barakallahu Fikum.